Hey guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, we're going on to Premier League Game Week 14 as there are midweek games. And listen, we can't miss out on a day of content. I'm in Barcelona, Dad is in England. How you feeling, Dad? Read out those points, by the way. I was sick that week. I did well.
Oh my goodness, Theo, you did all right this week. Dad 5, Carl Freezy got 6, you got 9 points. You know what that means, Theo? Guess 66, Thogden and Dad 89. You've caught up.
I was in the mud about 7 weeks ago of game weeks, especially the last 3 game weeks. I've recovered that. I've waited international breaks to basically get back to you, Dad. I'm here, and listen, the guest this week is David Wheater. We've got another professional footballer on. Yeah, Big Wheats, he's the guest.
He is an absolute legend, and I didn't know that. You didn't tell me.
No, I thought I'd keep it a surprise, and your reaction's been even better, so I'm excited. Listen, Dad, what is the first game?
Oh, the first game, Theo, is Newcastle against Norwich. Now, this is 20th against 19th. Newcastle, Theo, they've not won a single game yet. Surely this is their big chance.
This is their big moment, you know? They've gone on a crazy run of games without a win. Eddie Howe's the manager. They're at home. Something tells me Callum Wilson will sneak a goal, St. Maximin will get the other, and Newcastle will win this 2-1. This is their time to win. Eddie Howe will get it going.
Theo, but what about the Dean Smith effect? He comes in 3 games, 7 points. Don't discount Norwich, mate.
Yeah, but they're away from home. St. James's Park, I know where the points are going.
Do you know what, Theo? I feel that St. Maximin is going to love this game, but I'm going to go for Newcastle 1, Norwich 0. The first win of the season for the Geordies.
Thoggy and Dad, how are you, fellas? Wrote me in for the Premier League predictions this week. Love it. Some stinking games, isn't there? Maybe that Super League thing wasn't such a bad idea looking at some of these games. But, right, here we go. Newcastle, Norwich. I've gone for an absolute bore draw, 0-0. Can't see the Magpies win all scene, to be honest. Norwich, not much better are they either. So 0-0, I'm going for that one.
And the second game is Leeds against Crystal Palace, 17th against 11th. Now, I watched the Leeds game on telly. I thought they were outplayed by Brighton, Theo. What's going to happen in this game?
Good old Leeds. Dad, I thought you were going to that game, first of all. You gave people hope, and you didn't go.
Theo, I was triple jabbed on the Friday. I spent the weekend recovering from that. Oh, that Moderna, I tell you what. It is strong stuff.
Historically, Leeds always win at Ellen Road against Crystal Palace. They've done it 6 times in a row. Obviously, a lot of those games are in the Championship, but I get the feeling this is going to be a 1-1 draw. Vieira did pretty poorly to lose to Steven Gerrard, but he's had some good form recently. They've done all right on the road recently, Palace 2. Conor Gallagher to score, and I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. What about you, Dad?
Well, I tell you what, Crystal Palace, they don't win many, they don't lose many. 1-3, lost 3. They're the draw specialists of the league. Leeds, I can't work them out yet. I think at some point it's going to click. But I agree with you, Theo. This is going to be a 1-1 draw.
Maybe a Paddy Bamford goal if he's back.
I need Conor Gallagher to get some points. I've got to think, do I buy Rafinha? I've been tempted for many, many weeks.
Let's go over to David Wheater. What do you reckon, mate?
Leeds Palace, not doing too bad under Big Pat, either. Leeds, not doing so well. 2-1 Palace. 2-1 Palace win, I'm going.
Southampton against Leicester City, Theo. This is a bit of a mid-table clash, 15th against 10th. Now, Southampton had that good run, didn't they? But then they've just lost 2 in a row. But Leicester, how good were they, Theo, this weekend?
Absolutely brilliant. 4-2 win today. On the day of recording, they've now beat Legia Warsaw 3-1 and Leicester Watford 4-2. So they've scored, in the space of 3 days, they've scored 7 goals. The Chelsea game hit them. It hit where it hurt. And since then, they've bounced back. James Maddison back on form. Jamie Vardy bagging when I sell him on FPL. Imagine.
I was going to say that your FPL decisions have been shocking. Emmanuel Dennis got another goal and assist. You sell him, you sell Vardy. But the thing is, Theo, a lot of people are going to buy Vardy and buy Maddison, aren't they?
The thing is, Dad, I see the talent. I just don't know when to play and when to sell.
But you know what, Theo? Cut to the chase. Southampton 1, Leicester City 2. I think Leicester are back.
Yeah, Leicester are back. I agree. Southampton 1, Leicester 2. Jamie Vardy will definitely score one of the goals too. I just get the feeling.
Southampton, Leicester. I'm going Leicester, a 2-1 win. Jamie Vardy with 2 goals. That's what I'm going for. Maddison's playing well at the moment, so yeah.
Watford against Chelsea, Theo, 16th against 1st, but Watford are the kings of the surprise result. Could there be a surprise here?
They always score against the big teams at home, it seems like. They've got that iconic result last week against United, sacking Ole, even in front of Cristiano Ronaldo. But I'm going to be real, I'm not going to go out there and with a big statement because Chelsea are probably the best team in the league, but they're not going to have another blip. They're going to go out there and win comfortably, 2-0. And I think it might be time to buy Lukaku in FPL. The geezer came off the bench. I can see him starting next game. What do you feel, Dad?
Well, that's a good shout. Yeah, Watford, Theo, they do score a lot of goals, 18 goals. The problem is they concede a lot as well. Chelsea today, I thought, with a better team, but what a mistake by Jorginho, eh? That was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was shocking, wasn't it? Not great.
Overall, Theo, I'm just going to agree with you. Watford 0, Chelsea 2. They're just too good. Only conceded 5 goals all season. I don't think they'll concede at Vicarage Road.
Thog Dad, you just copying my notes, you boring bugger.
That's not very nice.
Over to Wheats. Listen, let's just cut it to David Wheat.
Watford, Chelsea flying high. Watford not doing too bad. Your good mate Dan Backman in goal for him. Fighting with your mate, Big Fozzie. But I'm going for a 2-0 Chelsea win.
And now for West Ham United against Brighton and Hove Albion. It's 4th against 9th. Now West Ham are still in the Champions League places. But Theo, they've lost 2 on the bounce. I mean, losing to Man City is not too bad though, is it, lad?
A 2-1 loss at the Etihad to City is a good result. Like, Lanzini scored in the last minute. That shows a bit of positivity. You could be 2-0 down and still go out there fighting. It really hurt my FPL team with double City defenders on the pitch. Brighton, on the other hand, hit and miss, aren't they, Thog Dad?
I tell you what, Theo, I was watching Brighton against Leeds. I thought Tariq Lamptey was brilliant, especially in that first half. Cucurella was good. Bissouma. You know, there's some really good players there, but they just can't finish to save their lives, can they?
That's the problem. It's always been the problem with the Seagulls. Like, they just can't do it.
So, you know what? Because of that, I think West Ham will score. I think it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be 1-0 to West Ham.
Wow. Big prediction. I agree with you with a 1-goal difference, but not the same score. West Ham to win 2-1 for me. I think the Antonio goal drought will end now. Over to David Wheatle. What do you recommend? Let's go to the lad in Borough.
West Ham Brighton. I think that's a sort of a derby, innit? Round that way. 2-0 win. West Ham, I'm going flying high. Big knob Antonio. Probably get a goal or 2 in that game. So yeah, 2-0 West Ham win.
Wolverhampton Wanderers against Burnley at 6th against 18th. Now Wolves, they messed up really at Norwich. 0-0 draw. They won't be happy with that. But they're a good team. Surely they're going to beat Burnley, Theo.
Yeah, Wolves, they're sitting very comfortably with 20 points. They're good home, they're good away. This is a winnable game as well. I know Burnley will come knocking. They need the points, probably a little bit more too. I'm backing Wolves to win 2-1. Hwang Hee-chan will finally score again. He hasn't scored since South Korea, and that's hurt my FPL team. Thog Dad, are you holding on to him?
Well, I might just hold on to him for a little bit longer. Let's talk about Burnley. They're rested because their game this weekend was postponed. So maybe that'll go in their favour. They've been reasonable recently, but I think this will be a 1-0 or a 2-0. For the sake of this video, I'm going Wolves 2, Burnley 0. But I want to know, David Wheater, what do you reckon, pal?
Wolves Burnley. Another ball draw I'm going for. 1-1 this time.
Aston Villa against Manchester City. It's 13th against 2nd. Villa, what can we say? Steven Gerrard comes in, 2 games, 2 wins. But this is his biggest test yet. Can he get anything from this game, Theo?
Man City are Man City. You know, they even are the only team to beat Chelsea. City just beat a front 3 against PSG, which is the most expensive and best front 3 in the world on paper. If Villa are to get something out of this, it's purely because of the fight and determination under the quality of a managerial lad like Steven Gerrard. You know, like, it all comes down to who wants it more.
Oh my goodness, well, Man City, the goals come from anywhere. It was Gundogan, wasn't it, this weekend? 1 goal, 1 assist. He was the highest scorer last season, but, you know, I think the quality, we've seen it firsthand, haven't we, Theo, against PSG. I think the quality is too great. Villa, you're right, a good new manager, a good squad, Theo. I think they'll be mid-table by the end of the season, but they're going to lose this one 2-0.
Really?
Yes.
Big statement made, but I'm going to make even bigger. Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 2.
Wow, you are kidding.
It's going to be a high-scoring draw at Villa Park. It's going to be a cracker.
Some decent games now. Villa, Man City, bit too strong for them. Going 3-1 win, away win for Man City against Villa. Bernardo Silva's flying, isn't he? Cancelo, What a player he is, by the way.
Everton against Liverpool, 14th against 3rd. More importantly, it's the Merseyside derby. This is always a big one. Now, Everton have got the worst form in the league, 1 point from the last 5 games, and they were truly woeful today against Brentford. Surely this is going to be one-way traffic, Theo.
Dad, you've got one team that look the best team in the world at the moment, and you've got another. They should be focusing on a relegation battle. Everton fans, I'm sorry, but there's nothing else I can predict but a Liverpool 3-0 win. Now, whether they'll turn up because of Merseyside derby, I'm unsure. But, Thogden, do you agree?
Well, I'll tell you what, Liverpool have been amazing recently. 39 goals this season. That's 3 goals every single game, and it was Diogo Jota. I know I should have brought him into my FPL. I didn't. I hesitated and I lost. Now, I like to think that so-called Merseyside derby effect could happen here, but it won't. It's going to be Everton 0, Liverpool 3.
We agree. And I know Jota will score again and hurt my FPL team even more because I won't bring him in.
Everton Liverpool, big game. Liverpool 2-0 win in the derby. Everton not going so well. Liverpool were my picks for the title. So yeah, Liverpool 2-0 win.
Tottenham Hotspur against Brentford, 7th against 12th. This is a London derby, isn't it, Theo? And Spurs will be well rested because their Burnley game was called off. But Brentford, massive respect to them. They just beat Everton 1-0. So you could say they're the form team. 4 points from 2 games. Brentford, Theo, have they got their mojo back?
A win against a weak Everton team resemble to me like they can go on away at Tottenham and get any points because Conte will be fired up after their postponement of the Burnley-Tottenham match today. Obviously too much snow, and I think there's a lot of firepower in that Tottenham team. Harry Kane and Son, I can both see them scoring and Spurs winning 2-0.
Well, Theo, you talk about firepower, but that amazing firepower has only given them 11 goals all season. So brilliant on paper, but will they show up this week? You know, I've got a feeling at some point Spurs are going to batter someone 3 or 4-1. But I don't think it'll be Brentford. I think this is going to be close. I'm going Spurs 2, Brentford 1.
Okay, very close prediction to me. Over to David Wheater.
Spurs Brentford, another derby I think. 2-1 Spurs. Could go very Spursy, couldn't it, and lose 2-1. But I'm going a 2-1 Spurs win.
Finally, Manchester United against Arsenal. It's 8th against 5th. Now, Man United, they lost 4 out of 5, and then they've just gone and drawn with Chelsea. So, Theo, this could be a good game, yeah?
I just can't work out which way this game's going to go. I watched United against Chelsea. I thought they put in a good fight. I think this is going to be Rangnick's first match. Ralph Rangnick, the new United interim manager till the end of the year, and then he becomes the technical director. With it being his first game, do you think there'll be a kick there to go get a win, Dad?
Well, it's an interesting one. I mean, looking at Arsenal for a second, I thought they were very comfortable against a very poor Newcastle side. When a new gaffer comes in, Theo, obviously sometimes there's a new gaffer effect. We've seen it with Dean Smith, we've seen it with Steven Gerrard. But you know what? Arsenal, over the last 10 games, have been much better than Manchester United. Overall, I think this will be a close game. I'm going to go United 1, Arsenal 1. I think Arsenal are playing better football at the moment.
You're going for a draw. I think one of the teams win this. I think United will have that new manager bounce. Going back to Old Trafford, it's a winnable fixture. I think that Arsenal team is very good. But you see when they play a team like Liverpool, they get battered 4-0. They're not on the level of winning a Premier League. I'm not saying United are either. I just get the feeling they might turn up. And for some reason, I think Ronaldo might turn up.
Well, that's very interesting, Theo. He must be a little bit annoyed. It's very, very rare that you see him on the bench. And it's interesting that in that Chelsea game, Scott McTominay was the man of the match. So sometimes, you know, star performances come from unusual areas.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-1 United. But this is the big game. I'd like to hear what you guys say in the comments below. If you comment this correct, you know, like how we did the West Ham shirt if West Ham won against City? If Arsenal win this game and you're an Arsenal fan, I'm going to award someone with the shirt. So stick your prediction in the comments because I think United are favourites, so it's only fair for the Arsenal fans. Over to David Witt for the final game.
And the biggest game of all, United-Arsenal. 2-1 win. They'll have a new gaffer in charge, won't they? So Arsenal's been going very well at the moment, but United 2-1 win. Big Dave, over and out. Thogdad, see you in a bit.
Right, you've heard our predictions. Theo, get on that plane and get yourself back to England, mate.
I'm on my way back, Thogdad. I have to before Tuesday or I'll have to self-isolate. So I'm in a rush, to be honest. And I am travelling back Monday, so I avoid the isolation, which is very good news. And there's loads more Premier League football to come. I'm very excited to see some midweek action. I want to say a big shout out, though, to David Wheater for coming on very short notice because I forgot about this game week. But yeah, there we go. It's been a fun one. See you in a bit.
See ya.